Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Link. We just want to take a look at the shorter time frame here today, and you can see that the Link chart has shown a pullback into the support region that we discussed in the previous videos. The support area is defined between $12.58 and $13.92, and the wave count to the downside, it does look technically complete. I mean, we do have a three-wave move to the downside, which is labeled as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And this is a completed corrective structure. Doesn't mean, however, that a low is in, but I will tell you in this video what we need to see for a further indication that actually a low has formed in this B wave. First of all, the move to the upside is seen as a potential leading diagonal pattern. This is a speculative assessment because diagonal patterns are very fragile structures. They change very often. You cannot really trust them. And therefore, we just need to be on the side of caution, right? What we have added in the previous updates is this support area between $12.58 and $13.92. And as long as it's holding, the overall diagonal pattern can evolve, yeah? Breaking below that support area isn't exactly an invalidation of the diagonal pattern, but the invalidation point is the $11.90 level. That is the swing low that formed on the 16th of April. So as long as the market holds above that level, which I'm going to highlight here with the red line, the overall diagonal pattern is still valid and relevant. Now, the thing is, though, that already a break below Fibonacci support will make this diagonal pattern less reliable, okay? Don't get me wrong, diagonal patterns are never really reliable, but still, you know, you get what I mean. The probabilities for it to play out reduce even further. Now, what would we need to see as an indication a low has formed? Now, tomorrow we've got the interest rate decision, so we might not see much action until then. That often happens. The Fed interest rate decision is typically something a lot of traders and investors are waiting for, and the market isn't really doing much before that. But the move down, as I said, could be technically complete. As I said, we have an A wave down. The B wave itself was a three-wave move, and then 5 waves down in wave C. That looks good. Now, for a first indication that the C wave to the upside has started within the third wave, I need to see a break above the last swing high. And that last swing high is located around $14.20. So breaking above would be an early indication a low of sorts has formed. Yeah? I will highlight that as a green signal line that we can pay attention to. In addition to that, a C wave to the upside should be a 5-wave pattern. Well, it has to be, really. That's one of the rules. Now, it should look like something like that. So a first breakout above the signal line, followed by a higher low pullback, a so-called 1-2 setup, would be a good start. So when we get a first break above the trend line, or not trend line, the signal line, then we can add support for a wave 2 pullback. But please note, we are already on a very, very small time frame here, a very small wave degree, and we might not see such a very well and clearly defined C wave to the upside. Here, the C wave to the downside in this B wave pullback is actually quite well defined. So yeah, and that C wave of the third wave should ideally get to round about $17.31 or higher. Yeah, so we're just waiting now for reaction. If the market needs to form another low, then $13.12 and $12.58 are the next relevant support levels. That's the update about Link. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.